Consider the profound paradox of human communication. Words seduce, but strategic silence completely enslaves. When you refrain from explaining yourself, when you leave certain gestures entirely unexplained, the mind of the other person cannot help but obsess over them. In our previous parts, we exposed how emotional whiplash creates an addictive loop that hooks the nervous system. If you haven't watched parts 1 and 2 yet, go watch them right now to understand how we arrived at this dark threshold. Today, we look at the economy of presence and the absolute weapon of silence. When you maintain silence, she replays your words, your sudden pauses, and your half smiles in her mind, searching endlessly for a hidden meaning. In that frantic search, she willingly hands you absolute power over her inner world. For you now fully occupy her thoughts during the hours you aren't even there. True dependency is never forged in the peaceful moments you actively share. It is forged in the invisible, lonely hours when she cannot stop thinking about you. Machiavelli would argue that the most strategic man is not the one who explains his actions, but the one who lets others completely invent his narrative. Mystery is the literal oxygen of dependency. If she thinks she fully understands you, if she feels she has conquered and mapped your soul, you are already dead in her mind. You must remain an ultimate enigma, never fully explained, never fully predictable, and never entirely possessed. To apply this technique immediately, you must practice the strict economy of presence. Never give so much of yourself that your time becomes a cheap commodity. The most addictive figures in history, leaders, prophets, and elite lovers, were never fully available to their followers. They gave short glimpses, brilliant revelations, and sudden flashes of profound intimacy, then vanished into absolute silence. This precise rhythm kept their followers restless, waiting and perpetually longing for more. Today's society preaches constant communication, instant texting, and radical transparency. These ideals sound noble, but they breed instant complacency. The modern man who believes constant giving will bind a woman utterly misunderstands the psyche. Constant giving makes you a utility, not an obsession. To reverse this, you must learn to step back into the dark. What happens, however, when this mental fixation shifts from her imagination directly into her pride, weaponizing her own ego against her? Stay awake, stay dangerous.